With us now are two guys in yellow shirts, and as I was saying in the green room, they remind me of Curious George's guy in the yellow hat, but they are the gentlemen from SeaTow, and with us are Ryan Bailey and Mike Langenbeck. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Tell us a little bit about SeaTow.
SeaTow's a nationwide marine assistance company. When boaters go out in the water, should they encounter a problem, they can call us, and we go out and assist them home.
And you both grew up around the water, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
And tell us about your experiences as a family growing up.
I remember being 5 years old, sitting on my grandfather's lap, steering the boat, and it was just a part of life growing up.
Did you ever personally run into difficulty in the water?
Actually, I have, and that's part of what got me into SeaTow. SeaTow came to help me just as a teenager when I was out on the water, and I thought it was pretty neat that there's something like this, and years later I got a job with SeaTow, and now I make a living doing it.
So you're giving back, kind of.
Correct.
And how about you? Any dangerous moments?
Yeah, I think just about every boater's had a moment where they're either close or they actually encounter danger, because it's the water and it's unforgiving. And so I've had some times when I was younger and that were pretty hairy, but we got through.
Now SeaTow's celebrating their 30th anniversary. And tell us about that experience and why you're happy to be part of that.
Well, SeaTow's actually started this industry back in 1983 when the government stopped, the Coast Guard stopped towing boats, and SeaTow was born. And it was a tough road, but years later, now we've grown to a nationwide company, even in Europe, and it's a big thing for us that we've survived this long and we've grown to as big as we are, and we're such a household name in the boating industry.
And how do people find you? Do you, hand out like a little yellow sticky? How does the process work?
I think a lot of it depends where you are in the country. I know locally where we are in New York, a lot of people know SeaTow. It's kind of a brand name, but we do a lot of advertising and promotion and stuff. We push our brand message all the time, but.
So do you suggest, like when they're going out on the boat, though, that they take your name and number with them, or?
Right. Well, what we have is we have a membership program, which a lot of people on Long Island are members with SeaTow, and works similar to a AAA. People pay a yearly membership fee, and then if they go out in the water, it's a service contract that we get them home included in the membership for free. So most people already have communicated with us before they even go out in the boat, and especially if you're a member, once you do have a problem, we just come right out and help you. So most people are familiar with us even before they go boating.
And I know you have a really nice liaison with the Coast Guard, so that if at any time, things are like something that you can't handle, like it's like a 1-2 kind of connection there. We
work side by side all the time with not just Coast Guard, but local Marine Police and Bay Constables and all, facets of law enforcement. How
important is it that people wear their life jacket?
Very important. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Life jackets save lives. It's that simple. It's important, especially people who aren't great swimmers, or just even if you're not wearing it, to have it handy. I mean, we come across all the time boaters that have 8 people on the boat but only have 6 life jackets. Should something go wrong, it's going to be a problem, and that's why we're really trying to push this message, how important life jackets are.
And you have a life jacket program that you're instilling. Tell us about that and how that works.
Yes, well, we've had it across the country for several years now, and it's had some level of success, but we're happy to announce that here on Long Island, we just partnered with Claire Rose of Yaphank, and we're getting, between a private donation and government grants, we're starting this life jacket loaner program, which we're going to have stands at different locations, so a boater can just go borrow as many life jackets as they need for their day on the water, and return them when they're done. And this way, there's really no excuse to not have a life jacket. Through SeaTow Foundation and, again, grant money and private donors, we're able to provide this service. And people could get as many life jackets as they need. There's no excuse not to have one. They're there.
And especially now, they're different than they used to be. I mean, they're smaller, they're more comfortable. I mean, there's just no reason not to wear a life jacket.
I would have to agree. I went on a float trip not too long ago, and they require that you,
Sure.
But it's the same kind of thing, use it for what you need it for the times that you're on the water, and then just pop it back.
Well, and if you think about it like wearing a seatbelt in a car, it's just second nature. You get in, you put your seatbelt on, and you go. And if you do that with a life jacket, it becomes easy, and you feel naked without it. So.
Now, who inspires you? What makes you decide that you want to? Like you said, the water's a little unforgiving, but what makes you love it so much that makes you want to get out there and live it up on the water?
Well, I think that anybody who's been on the water knows that it's a special place out there. Even from a busy place like Long Island, once you go out in the water, you're in your own world. It's really it's a beautiful place to be. And for myself personally, I decided it was a place I want to make a living, out on the water. It's nice, it's challenging, it's different every day, and for me, it's a nice way to make a living. It's a nice office.
And how about for you? What makes you love the water so much?
Yeah, some of the same things. I mean, especially like he said, living in New York, there's no escape to nature, really. I mean, you could drive upstate, but you could get on your boat and just go out 100 feet and you're out on the water, and it's just you and the peace of the sea. So.
Now, in terms of what happened with us with Sandy, Superstorm Sandy, how has that made a difference here on Long Island, and what do people need to be aware of? Because I know that some of the passageways are closed and people don't know. How can they?
I mean, it's going to be a long process of just discovering what's changed and what hasn't. I mean, we're slowly going through that process now with our boats out there and kind of seeing what's evolved and what, it's a mess. I mean, there's some areas that were unscathed and some areas that look like, a bomb went off. And the biggest thing is going to be determining where all the debris under the water is.
Okay.
That's close enough to the surface where a boat could hit it and cause damage and possibly sink the boat or something. So
and also water sports.
Yeah.
You're in water skiing and all of those other kind of things when we're jumping into the water and we're actually participating, watching out for those things. Because, yeah, you're right, it could be a very dangerous season coming up. So it's good that you guys are here from SeaTow, and thank you very much. To find out more information, how could they find you?
The best way is to go to SeaTow.com. Our website is very self-explanatory. Everything you need to know how to become a member, or we have links to our life jacket loaner stand locations, and we have a boating safety foundation, and any rules and regulations. We have a tremendous amount of information at SeaTow.com.
And I know that technology plays an important part when people are needing to find out information about how to reach you, but you'll have a new app. So what is the app and how does it work?
Well, the app is great. We've had it for about a year now, and it's extremely popular. We have well over 100,000 downloads so far in the last few months. App is great. It gives our customers a whole view of the local tides, the weather, and the radar, so they could be more aware of incoming storms. And it has a GPS and compass to help you navigate. And most importantly, it has a very important feature that it allows you to slide this little bar here for assistance. And it'll prompt you, says, is this life-threatening? If you say yes, it is life-threatening, it automatically connects you to the nearest Coast Guard station, which is important because then you're on the line with the Coast Guard and they could deploy help instantly. If it's not life-threatening and you just simply need a tow, you just click the button here and it automatically directs you to our dispatch office. And from there, our dispatch office can send to the captain that's going to come help you your exact position. So there's no more wandering around looking for you. We know exactly where you are when you call, and that's very important for safety. And as well as the Coast Guard, they instantly know where you are via this app.
Saving lives, I like it. Helping people out of major trouble. So SeaTow, now a new app. SeaTow, that's it, easy.
Yeah, you just go to your app store and search for SeaTow.
It comes right up.
SeaTow.
Correct.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you both. It was nice to have you here. For these great tips and more, check it out at liveituptvshow.com. Stay safe on the water. Live it up.